Kengan Ashura is good? What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This week I'm going to talk to you about Netflix's new MMA shonen anime, Kengan Ashura. It's like Baki, but I've never seen Baki. This is a new territory for me. I usually stick to more fantasy-oriented animes like My Hero Academia, Naruto, and Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in Dungeons? I'm going to be doing a video on that as well, so stay tuned for that. Kengan Ashura. What makes it so good? I think what makes this anime so good, and when I first started watching it, I didn't expect it to be so outlandish. The animation style resembles that of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's got this kind of choppy frame rate, cel-shaded type of cartoony style, if that makes sense. It exists in a hyper-realistic world where no one takes anything seriously. So we are introduced to this old guy who's just walking home from work. He's a salaryman in Japan, and he happens across two guys who are just fighting for the death, because that is everyday life in Japan, right? You walk into an alley, you find two guys fighting to the death. That's where the story starts, and it's interesting to be dropped into this story at that time because we're introduced to the main character, Takeda Oma, rather quickly, and we get to see just how strong he is really fast. And usually in anime, you have to go through like 10-20 episodes to just see this character develop over time. They have to train, they have to have a mentor. But this one just kind of like throws it at you. It's like, he is good. Now, of course, there's some backstory in this anime. There's some history behind the character and why he knows what he knows in martial arts. But it's typically hidden behind this kind of visceral pacing. Episode in, episode out, fight here, fight there, new kind of person with new kind of technique. I think what makes Kengan Ashura that much more addicting is the way that it kind of explains things. Now, typically when you watch Naruto or you watch Bleach, you have these techniques and you have these powers that you go at length to describe to your enemy, and that's one of the tropes of anime, right? You spend like 10 minutes talking to your enemy about how your power works, and then you sit there and say, how did he figure it out? In this case, there's like this exposition or narrator that's just sitting here explaining all these MMA techniques, these classic martial arts, jiu-jitsu, judo, his personal style nikoryu, wrestling, kenpo, karate, boxing. There's a lot of things that are involved in the fights that happen in Kengan Ashura that make them interesting, and hearing them explain the certain techniques like hip rotation and power flow and how these techniques would kind of scientifically work in the real world. But of course, there's some fantastical elements in this anime as well. We do have otherworldly powers that exist within these fighters, and so you will get those Bleach type moments where people are fighting and you think the fight is over according to, like, you know, traditional MMA or traditional martial arts, but then they'll summon up this weird power just out of nowhere, and that exists, and that is reality in Kengan Ashura. Aside from all of the fighting, you also have lots of moments of brevity, lots of humor tied into the dialogue with Yamashita-san, or the guy that is involved with the main character. Now, he has a lot of quirky and whimsical dialogue with Tokita. And a lot of the characters that you'll meet further into Kengan Ashura are just straight up colorful. And, you know, there's some Easter eggs in there like Nintendo and Panasonic. It's like a hyper parody of the real world and MMA. And you kind of just have to sink yourself into this world, accept it for what it is, and just enjoy the action. That's it for this video, guys. If you want to check out a video that my brother's going to be doing on our other channel, Watching Sundays, link will be in the description below. Please check it out. He's going to do an in-depth review as well, comparing it to the other MMA anime on Netflix, Baki. And I will also be putting the card somewhere over here for you to click on as well. So the ultimate question comes: should you add Kengan Ashura to your queue? Absolutely. This anime is addicting. You're gonna have fun learning about all of the martial arts, and all of the techniques that these guys use. And you'll also have that fantastical fun as well when they summon up all of their mystical powers and all of the different families come into play. So add it to your queue and start watching it. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and if you are a fan of my Dragon Quest subs, the last episode's coming, so sorry for the wait for this whole time, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.